CLM, which is in our aim for the next grant as a coalition, but also what are for you the opportunities that we have through national and multi-country grants to address the needs and the priorities, and despite the CLM, of course?
Yeah, I mean, usually, we know in terms of engagement with key populations, right? We see as an important opportunity that could be addressed perhaps through regional grants. As you already know, multi-country grants are designed to address the gaps that can't be addressed through country allocations. And we do see the value of organizations operating at the regional level to really support that engagement, to facilitate lessons learned on how to effectively influence national processes, at the same time protecting privacy, confidentiality of key populations who often find it's very challenging to engage in that processes. I also do see, and this resonates with the learning needs around strengthening digital capacity on digital health and fully leverage that in the regions. This is definitely going to be quite critical as we see a lot of innovative service delivery model being implemented in the context of HIV prevention, in the context of active case finding for TB, where digital solutions have been introduced. But I think doing in a way that is, again, safe and secure would be something that we hope that the regional platforms, the learning platform, could also help trying to kind of guide the organizations as well, because we want to make sure that does not put the organizations who are implementing at risk in terms of data security, but also the security and privacy of individuals involved, including the frontline workers. So I do see innovative, to summarize, engagement with criminalized populations at the regional level, supporting it to impart lessons learned and protecting participation would be critical, as well as the looking to the innovative service delivery models that could be introduced in the region. That is probably something that the regional platform and or through multi-country approaches could have the greatest value.
Yeah, thank you. Very interesting. And thanks to Ziad. I will go now to take maybe two questions. I don't know how much time do we still have, Taline, but I see a hand, but there is a request from Mohammed bin Tawid in the chat box. Mohammed, can you start? محمد عم تسمعني؟
مرحبا، نعم أنا معكم. أهلا وسهلا بالجميع. هل تسمعونني؟
عم نسمعك.
أوكي. المهم مداخلتي هي فعلا لقد تم بناء قدراتنا، وكان دائما يطرق التغيير على المجموعات أو الشبكات، يعني في أشخاص تتغير. الشيء الذي يجعلنا دائما نطلب إعادة بناء القدرات، لكن يرجع لنا هذا بالرفض، لأنه لقد تم بناء قدراتكم من قبل لا يمكن. فنحن هنا نطلب من هذا المنبر أن يتم إدماج بناء قدرات الفئات وخاصة مستخدمي المخدرات، نظرا للظروف التي نعيشها في تغيير الأشخاص وعدة أشياء. وإذا تكلمت كذلك عن CCM المغرب للأشخاص المستخدمين للمخدرات، فيوجد تواصل ضعيف بينه وبين الفئة وكذلك مع أصحاب القرار، وتؤخذ في بعض الأحيان قرارات نتفاجأ بتنزيلها أو تغييرها. كما أننا إذا اعتمدنا على الجلوبال فاند في 5 بلدان بالمنطقة يخلق لنا مشاكل مع الدول الموجودة بشبكتنا، يعني الدول الأخرى الخارجة عن المنحة الإقليمية. في بعض الأحيان تكون مشاركتنا كذلك ببلداننا مع خارج بلداننا مع أصحاب القرار أكثر من المشاركة داخل بلدنا. إذا تكلمت عن المغرب مثلا، عندما نكون في لبنان أو مصر أو بلد آخر تكون مشاركتنا فعالة وتؤخذ قراراتنا بعين الاعتبار. لكن عندما نكون وسط وطننا لا تؤخذ القرارات بعين الاعتبار كما يجب. وشكرا، هذه هي مداخلة.
شكرا محمد. فعلا يلي ذكرتهم كنا عم نواجههم كل الفترة اللي ماضي. كانت لين رحمة رافع ايدها. لين do you want to talk؟ لين رحمة.
بتصور لين من الانتربريترز إذا ماني غلطانة.
Okay, so back to you, Talin.
Okay, thank you. I just want to say, just to wrap up this this panel discussion, to have a small remark about the will of Global Fund to engage with communities. I think, you know, Mena Rosa is a regional network of women living with HIV in the Middle East and North Africa. And having Mena Rosa co-hosting the Mena Learning Hub, I think is also one of the a great proof that Global Fund is really willing to have community engagement. Yes, we still have a lot to go, a long way to go in terms of funding, in terms of providing the necessary tools, in terms of the learning needs, as Arabia was talking earlier. But this is also a step forward. So to end, and we're very sorry to have exceeded the time of this webinar. We're going to wrap up quickly just to mention the upcoming activities of the MENA Learning Hub for 2025. So we are going to have a series of webinars tackling the technical assistance. We are going to have a series of webinars to understand the Global Fund and related processes in terms of the grant cycle, the eligibility criteria, submitting of grants. We are going to also have a webinar on integrating gender and human rights components in Global Fund grants, transition sustainability and domestic financing. We are also going to allocate a webinar on climate change and health-related services and how climate change is relevant for the MENA region. And we are also going to have a webinar on community engagement in decision-making and the role of community in grant cycle. So aside of all the webinars, we are going to have regular newsletters. And in 2025, we are aiming to have an in-person meeting, a regional in-person meeting to brief civil society and communities on the Global Fund aid cycle. And again, I want to remind everyone that you can join us, join the Learning Hub mailing list and newsletter by signing in the application that is mentioned in the chat box. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much for joining, and hopefully see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for this
you.
great session. Thank you.